Hello, welcome back to Chemical Curiosity. I'm your host Haris, ready to stir up the science scenes once again.
And I'm Shamila, your sidekick. So today's episode is going to be about a plastically awesome because we're talking about one of the most common yet coolest materials out there, polyethylene.
That's right, it is in your bag, bottles, containers, even your shampoo caps. But what is polyethylene, really? Or it is just plastic, or is there more in it?
We're getting into all of that today and more with two amazing guests today, which is the brilliant Puan Iza and the innovative Puan Shahida. Welcome to the Chemical Curiosities.
Okay,
And
before we dive deep into polymer spools, let's get to know our guest a bit. Quick fire into time. All right, Puan Iza. Hi, Puan Iza. Can you tell us about your job and your experience in petrochemical production?
Hi Aris. Thank you for inviting me. So my name is Iza. I have been working in petrochemical industry actually for 17 years until now. My first 6 years was with polyvinyl chloride plant, which is PVC. And after that, I moved to ethylene plant, which produce the monomer for polyethylene. I am currently working as a production engineer. All right, back to you.
thank you, Puan Iza. And how about you, Puan Shahida? Where do you work? And can you share with us your experience in petrochemical production?
Hi Shamila, thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to join you guys in this podcast. So basically, I am Shahida Jaafar. Currently, I am working in one of the polyethylene plant in Malaysia as production executive. And talking about experience, basically I have been working for about 12 years at polyethylene plant. So I've been spent the whole of my working life experience at polyethylene plant since fresh graduate. So that's all. Back to you, Shamila.
Wow, that's such a long time. Thank you, Puan Shahida, for your introduction.
Wow,
Next,
you
I'll pass to Haris.
wow, you are really life plastic master. Let's get a little nerdy. So let's start from the scratch. What is the thing we call polyethylene, Puan Iza?
All right, Haris. Polyethylene actually is a lightweight synthetic resin made from polymerization of ethylene. So it is a common plastic that you can find in our life because it actually can cover wide range of applications. Somewhere like packaging, plastic bag, containers, and a lot, I guess. So in general, polyethylene can be either we can find it in either HDPE, high density polyethylene, or either LDPE, low density polyethylene, and also the newest one will be LLDPE, linear low density polyethylene. So the difference is like because it have different properties and different usage. So so the application is varies lah according to the type of polyethylene.
And thank you, Puan Iza, for your information. I pass it to Shamila.
Okay, now, how exactly do we make this polyethylene? That is, what are the reactions involved to make it, and how do we make it? Can you help us with this, Puan Shahida?
Sure. Okay. Basically, production of polyethylene involves a polymerization reaction where the monomer, we use the monomer of ethylene, C2H4, is converted into long chain polyethylene, C2H2, N, which is N is the number of repeating units. I mean, the degree of the polymerization. I believe you guys already learned this in your uni, in your course lah. All right. That's the basic reaction lah. The monomer ethylene converted into polyethylene, and then to go into the detail, basically there are several processes to produce different types of polyethylene, as mentioned by Puan Iza earlier. We have HDPE, LDPE, and LLDPE. So the reaction is different. So let's go let me share with you what the reaction is. So the first one is free radical polymerization, which is specifically to produce LDPE. In this process, it is initiated using organic peroxide under high pressure. It's about 1000 to 3000 atm and temperature 200 to 300 degree. This process lead to the branch chains creating low density polyethylene, LDPE. And then the second one, we have coordination polymerization, specifically for HDPE, high density polyethylene. In this process, we use a chemical like titanium tetrachloride or other metal catalysts at lower temperature. It's about 70 degree and lower pressure. So it produce a linear chain with little branching. Producing high density polyethylene HDPE. And the third one, metallocene catalyst, specifically for linear low density polyethylene and other specialty grades. This one is a more controlled, structured and copolymerization using like butene or hexene as the copolymer. And then this allows the tuning of the properties of this LLDPE into the more flexibility and toughness properties. So that's all basically the overall reaction for polyethylene production. Back to you, Shamila.
I see. Thank you, Puan Syahida. So, in terms of reaction, it actually depends on the type of polymer. So, if it is HDPE, we use coordination polymerization. LDPE, we use polymerization, and LLDPE, we use metallocene catalyst. Is that right, Puan Syahida?
Metallocene catalyst.
Metallocene.
Yes.
Metallocene. Okay. Thank you,
Correct,
Puan
correct. You
Syahida.
got the point there.
Thank you. Now I'll pass to Haris.
Well, that's a very interesting fact from Wan Shahida. Next, let's talk about the physical properties of polyethylenes. I'm a bit skeptical about this topic. Can you help us with this, Wan Izzah?
Polymer is as a material. It is low. It is actually the properties that make it can be used at various industry. It's due to first because it's chemical resistance. It's low in as a electrical conductivity, and also I guess it's flexibility. So for specifically for polyethylene, so as being informed before by Shaida, we have three types of polyethylene, which is LDPE, the low density polyethylene, LLDPE, linear low density polyethylene, and high density polyethylene. So each of the type have a little bit of different in terms of properties. For example, HDPE is much more rigid and tough compared to the LDPE, which is great for saw applications, while the LDPE actually is the new version of LDPE. It is more stronger, but still having the soft, but it still have a soft appearance that can be used for flexible film, something like that. So in overall, the difference between three of them are very slightly. For example, in terms of melting point. So for HDPE, the melting point is around minus 130, while compared to LDPE is around 105 to 150, while LLDPE is in between. So in terms of chemical resistance, HDPE is excellent, while LDPE is good. LDPE also excellent in chemical resistance. So I guess that's a typical general properties of polyethylene at the different types. So it is so the selection will be depending on the application that you apply. If you need to produce a more a tougher material, then you should go for HDPE. But if you wanted it to be a much more flexibility, then you should go for LDPE. Or you want a more softer material, but with a tougher applications, so you can choose LDPE in between. So Haris, I guess I hope I can answer you that on terms of properties.
That's a very thoughtful information from Puan Izzah. Next, I pass it to Shamila again.
Okay. Now, we all know that polyethylene has so many ideal properties as said by Puan Iza, right? Now, I'm sure that it must be widely used in many industries. Puan Shahida, can you help us with that? What are the industries that use polyethylene?
Yeah, Shamila, this is interesting. So basically, polyethylene is one of the most widely used plastic in the world. Basically, and we can see the use of polyethylene in many industries and applications, such as first one is a packaging industry. So where this is our daily life routine, like we use plastic bag for grocery, shopping, food packaging, which is food container and bottles, wraps, and so on, and also caps, bottle caps and closure. Why? Because this its properties lightweight properties, flexible, moisture resistant and low cost. So this make the extra marks for polyethylene to be used in the packaging industry. The second one is for construction and infrastructure. Sounds like big, right? But that's the true story. Polyethylene are used in construction, where we use in the
Wow.
piping production, piping and fittings, insulation and sheeting for wires and cable, protective sheet for floors, walls. Why? Because it properties of durable, weather resistant, and chemically stable. So it can be used for construction and infrastructure industry. And then the third one for automotive industry. So automotive industry, car that we drive every day, so also have polyethylene in it, which is for the fuel tanks, for our car fuel tanks, interior components like panels, insulation inside our car, and also wire and cable insulation, because its lightweight properties, impact resistant, and also fuel resistant. So it is widely used also in automotive industry. And then the next one is on for the consumer goods, like this one also major use for toys, household containers, laundry baskets, chairs, furniture, because it is safe, durable, and easy to mold into shape. That's some of the example of the industry that use polyethylene. Is it sufficient, Shamila?
Yes, thank you so much, Puan Shahida. That is quite a lot. I can see that polyethylene is used in so many industries. Like you said, in packaging industry, construction, automotive, and consumer. It's practically in everything, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I agree with
Okay,
you, Shamila.
thank you. Now let's move on with Haris.
Now, for the next question, it's for Puan Izzah. What makes polyethylene suitable to be used in the industry sector?
Um, all right. That's a tough question, I would say. So, as we know, polyethylene is one of the type of commodity plastic that is widely found. Other than that, would be polyvinyl chloride, PVC, polypropylene, and polystyrene. So, when we say that it's a commodity plastic, it means that it is widely used. It is mass production. So when we talk about mass production, we mean that is the demand is there. So the major reason why polyethylene has been widely used in industry is because it's cheap to produce, it's tough, it's chemical resistant, it's process friendly, and available on every kind of strength, flexibility, and form factor. Which in the bottom line, it is very flexible. So I guess that's why when has been informed by before, Puan Shahida says that all industry you can find in whatever industry that you be, polyethylene will always be part of it. Due to its properties. Do I answer you, Haris?
Yes, exactly. Uh, One more question.
Uh-huh.
And then specifically regarding the automotive industry, we know that our country automotive industry is growing. How
Mm-hmm.
do how do we use the polyethylene in the automotive industry?
Right. So let's go back to the type of polyethylene that we have. We call it HDPE. We have LDPE. We have LDPE. So let's see at the HDPE. HDPE is a grade of polyethylene which actually apply for a tougher application. So for example, in automotive, you can use as a fuel tank. I mean, like when you apply a polymer inside the application, you get a lighter, and as a lighter product, so it can be used as a even though in the car body, right? Because of the resistance to chemicals and durability and cheap, so you can actually optimize in the car productions. Other than that, I guess every parts inside inside the interior of a car, for example, you can get the cover of the cars. It's also made from polyethylene as well. So I think that's why, if you can say, a growing industry in a growing when you see a growing industry in cars productions, means that you need more polyethylene as well in that industry. All right, thank you.
Wow, that's a very interesting fact from Point Iza. So basically what I get here, that polyethylene is used widely in the all around the world for industry. Basically everywhere we go, the polyethylene will be there. Specifically for the automotive industry, every part of the car is used polyethylene to make it lighter and stronger. Now I pass it to Shamila.
Okay, we have reached the almost end of our session. I want to highlight a important issue, which is although we know that polyethylene has a lot of uses, but polyethylene is also known for being a threat to sustainability. So, Puan Iza, I'm sorry, Puan Shahida, what do you think with the current world's point of view, where sustainability is the main concern? How do you think polyethylene industry will be able to adjust and cope with this?
Wow, that's an interesting question. Let's see how. Okay, polyethylene, like most other plastics, also faces growing pressure in a sustainability-focused world. Uh, as mentioned by Puan Iza earlier, it's widely used because of its cheap, durable, versatile, but in terms of environmental impact, especially in terms of waste and fossil fuel, is a big concern. So, in that state, polyethylene can still have a place in sustainable future. But how? Okay, let us go into the detail. Okay, the first one is the recycling and circular economy. So, mechanical recycling of polyethylene, especially HDPE and LDPE, is already widespread. We can see recycle bins is everywhere in Malaysia. I would say the recycle awareness among Malaysians is quite uh, impressive, right? And the awareness is increasing. And then for chemical recycling also, uh, we have also chemical recycling, which is we breaking back the polymer into monomers, which could help recycle more contaminated or mixed plastics. And then the second one is bio-based polyethylene, which is basically polyethylene can be made from renewable sources like sugarcane ethanol instead of fossil fuels. So biopolyethylene is chemically identical to fossil-based polyethylene. So it works the same process, and it also can be recycled the same way. So the brands like Coca-Cola, Logo, they already have explored on the bio-based plastics. Okay. The third one is improved waste management, which is better collection, sorting, and recycling systems are crucial. So innovation like smart labeling and AI-driven sorting are helping divert polyethylene from the landfills. Okay, next one on the degradable and compostable alternative. So currently research is ongoing into oxo-degradable or compostable polyethylene. But of course, there are a bit of controversy over their actual environmental benefit, but it can, I mean, the opportunity is there. True biodegradability remains a challenge for conventional polyethylene. So I would say my conclusion is polyethylene is not inherently bad. Uh, it's how we use, how we dispose, how we manage it more matters. So with innovation like in recycling, renewable sourcing, and policy support, of course, polyethylene can adapt to a sustainable future, but definitely require real commitment from all industries, governments, and consumers. Is it answer your question, Shamila?
Wow, thank you, Puan Shahida. That is a very solid answer in my opinion. And so from what I get is that as you said, we can use recycling polyethylene, use bio-based polyethylene, improve waste management, and even try using biodegradable polyethylene as ways um, to adapt in this sustainable to this new sustainable world. And so now I'd like to pass back to Haris so that we can conclude our session today.
So thank you, Shamila, for passing to me. Now it's a wrap-up session or quick fire round. Before we end, let's do some quick fire answer. Okay, what is the best thing about polyethylene, Faiza?
Well, Haris, I think it is because of its versatility. Actually, the application of polyethylene is endless, and I see we will always use polyethylene in the future. Right.
Thank you, Faiza. Next, Puan Shahida.
Recyclability. We say it's good to our environment. So I love that properties of polyethylene.
All right, thank you for the answer, Puan Iza and Puan Shahida. So next, Shamila, what is your opinion?
If you ask me, I think it's such a fun fact that polyethylene can be found almost anywhere. It's even part of of my lunchbox, part of our grocery bag, part of the pipes. So it's everywhere. That's really interesting for me.
Thank you for all of the answer. Fair enough, and that's a wrap, folks.
Okay, thank you so much to Puan Iza and Puan Shahida for joining us today. You two really made polymers feel like pop stars.
Audio Jungle.